for joining me. Indeed, this is Boxing Court, your weekly boxing magazine show, and we chronicle everything that has to do with boxing. Of course, it's a court session, so don't get it twisted. What we do is try to make sure that we promote Ghana boxing, and of course, bring all the ills and find solutions to them. So if you're not part of our agenda, then you might be missing out on something. Indeed, my name is Samir Fosuyene. This is Boxing Call. Tonight is going to be very interesting, as in Ghana. This afternoon, I always promise you, it's going to be. I have star-packed show, great minds that will be coming to share with us their opinions, as it were. But I can tell you that the opinions are authoritative. No two ways about that. Let me just tell you that this show is very much interactive, so you can get interactive on my line on +1 815 302 5489. Once again, it's +1 815 302 5489. It was a busy week. And equally a busy weekend, I must say. It's been very interesting in terms of boxing. There's been a lot to talk about, and of course, when Dennis Moore gets here, he definitely is going to help us dissect all the issues. I copied that word "dissect" from Dennis Moore. Of course, he says opinions are what you come here and tell his version of what opinions are. But you're very much welcome to the show once again. If today happens to be your first time, do not worry. I'm just going to walk you through how we do it on this particular platform. Of course, first we start with news making the boxing world, where we bring you analysis, statistics, news, everything that had to do with what happened in the previous week and even this weekend as well. So that's how it goes. And Dennis will be helping me dissect that because my co-host is not around. Of course, Dennis Moore, an astute broadcaster with HS Television. Of course, I was once under him at Choice FM. He was once the head of sports there. He's with Ghana Cycling. He's doing fantastically well. If you're talking about boxing commentators in Ghana, I tell you, you can't mention two without mentioning him. He's one of the top notch. No two ways about it. Like I said, the show is an academic show, so I bring in people with intellect to come and grace the show and share their opinions. Of course, the opinions become authoritative, and of course, at the end of the day, we all benefit from their knowledge and insight and foresight as well. Once again, you're very much welcome to the show. And right about now, I'm definitely gonna introduce my guest very, very soon. Like I said, the sequence is pretty simple. News making the world of boxing. Then we wrap up to the topic of the day. Tonight's topic is pretty interesting and straightforward. Tonight's topic we are asking, matters arising from the boxing league. I don't know what you think. Opinions, they say, are like the ampy, some stinky, others freshy. It's a matter of personal hygiene. So whichever way you choose to keep it, keep your opinions coming. The show is interactive, like I said once again. So get interactive on my platform on the number announced on the line. It's +1 815 302 5489. That's my WhatsApp line. It doubles as a normal SMS as well. So you can send me messages. Let me just bring in Dennis Moore so that we start with the show. If you're oblivious, today is a very interesting day in the history of boxing, but we'll share that probably at the last ember of the show. Right about now, Dennis Moore is here, and he'll be helping me do those analysis in terms of boxing. He's a boxing man through and through, and I'm very grateful to have him on the set. Dennis Moore, very much welcome to the show.
Yes, I'm glad to be on the show today.
Great. Now, let's just shoot straight to a topic making today's rounds. It was a busy weekend. Interestingly, George Kambosos, Devin Haney, World 2. Their World War II ended in the same dimension like it did in the first. This time, even the Haney dominated more or less in the bout. First of all, what's your take on that bout?
Well, good evening to all your viewers, of course, on the show. It's a great platform to talk boxing, and I'm so much grateful to be part of the show today. But quickly, I previewed the fight on Saturday, and it's quite interestingly, I actually also predicted some of the outcomes of all the fights, and especially with the Devin Haney and then the Kambosos fight. That was one of the most interesting pairings, of course, on the night. But then clearly it was a very good fight from both boxers, and I think that the lightweight division for me is becoming very, very sumptuous in terms of boxing, and this is what I really want to see, of course, in Ghana. Sammy. Ghana are notable for lightweight boxers, so to speak. Lightweight, bantamweight. That is our share, of the pugilist art here in Ghana. So much concern goes in, especially as we have the likes of Kome and Tego, Emmanuel Tego, of course, there. The interest, keeps boiling up that way. But let's come back to Hani. I mean, how Hani really handled Kambosos. If you watch the fight closely, after the fight, Kambosos admitted, he has admitted that Devin Haney is the GOAT on the night. He admitted, and but there was one thing I saw on Kambosos, which I think is very good for the sport. I mean, his candid admittance that Haney is the best, because look, he came prepared more than the first one, and how Devin Haney was able to gather that courage and come back again to Australia for the second bite of the cherry. That beat my imagination. Because if a champion wins, it's very difficult to convince him or her to come back to your hometown again. But look, Hani says, "So no, look, we fear nobody. We are coming back again." And amazingly, and if you check the result, it was quite vast. It was very, very vast. And for me, credit to Hani, but I have a few observations on the chap. He's really growing. And after listening to some boxing pundits as well, from the outside world, they are suggesting that Hani really moves up in weight. He needs to move up in weight. Yes, he needs to move up in weight because after this defeat, he really needs to relinquish everything and then move up. His body is really growing up, and you can see from the two sides that he really, he was possessing much of the muscles, more than Kambosos. But credit to Kambosos, of course, for making Australia proud. He really came through. And you see, in the second fight, Hani threw more punches, more power punches than Kambosos. And so you saw the final effect on the face of Kambosos. Actually, I mean, it was telling, and I would have been surprised to see the scoreline change, and in that order. But I think let's give kudos to the judges. They came through, they saw the real thing. Interestingly, what really even made the bout so much interesting was the parents of both boxers. Even before the fight, the parents of both boxers were even ranting more than the boxers themselves. Amazing. And that actually, that drew the crowd in. So it's a very good fight. But before I land on the Hani Kambosos fight, the question is, who should Hani fight next?
I saw that on your post.
Exactly.
Exactly. Who should he fight first? Who should he fight next? Yeah, that's my question to you.
Yeah, the question, interesting. And then also, what is the way forward for Kambosos at this stage? What's the way forward? We are in October, November, December. The year's almost ended, so they cannot fight anymore until next year. They cannot fight anymore until next year. But for Devin Haney, I think that he needs to prepare next year. For me, as you saw on my Facebook post, I think Tank Gervonta Davis is a potential meet. For this chap, that's what I see. A potential one for him, and because I'm seeing some kind of tricky Facebook social media towns between Tank and then Garcia. Garcia. Yeah, Garcia is trying to woo Tank. Look, Tank is money. Tank is money. He draws the crowd. So everybody would want to just go into it.
Okay.
But if he doesn't fight Tank, perhaps, who knows, this small chap who's also coming up, the name, what's the name? Pitbull. Isaac Cruz. Isaac Cruz is also a very good replacement for Hani. Honestly, you saw how Cruz actually give a very hot pegging to Tank. So the options are there for him, but he has actually made the lightweight division very, very interesting, and I'm so proud of him. And let's see what happens next year. But for now, Tank is the GOAT in that division. No truth about that.
Interesting. For now, Tank is the GOAT in that division. Well, it'll be very interesting. Like they say, the lightweight division is getting pretty very interesting. You have some fantastic boxers, and it will be very interesting to see how that pans out. But let's talk about lady boxing. I mean, let's talk about Clarissa Shield. You know, not many follow women boxing, but this woman is doing
Exactly,
fantastic.
exactly,
Yeah, this one is
exactly.
really doing fantastic, and she needs to be commended. I really do not know what boxing pundits would like to say about her, but you know, she's now a three-time undisputed champion, the first person to have actually achieved that feat. Even in the men's or women's division, I mean, she's the first person. I mean, she would actually defeated Savannah Marshall. You
Sure.
can't begrudge her. She's one fantastic boxer. And Savannah Marshall, who was previously undefeated, is now 12-1 with 10 KOs. You know, so you can see, and it was a good bout. I mean, with a unanimous decision to unify all the belts in the middleweight, and a very action-packed, you know, slugfest. First of all, what do you make of her victory, and um, how do you see her going? I mean, going forward, how do you see that division for her? It seems like she's beating everybody.
Well, I think that I need to really give ample respect to Clarissa Shields, and that she has brought life, to female boxing. And let me tell you, Savannah Marshall was coming into this fight as a huge spectacle, and if you actually looked at, at her resume, it was fantastic. His
Mm,
knockout ratio was way above that of Clarissa Shields. Shields was having about 2 or 3% of a knockout ratio, but Savannah Shields was over 60, 70%.
mm,
Now, and you saw the demeanor of Marshall in the ring. Look, at a point in time, I watched the fight live. I watched it live, and
mm,
for once, I was shocked how Savannah Shields,
mm,
sorry, how Clarissa Shields
mm,
was able to advance all the time. How she was able to advance, the course of time in the ring. It
mm,
was amazing.
mm.
It was amazing. Look, at a point in time, I think around 4 or around 5, thereabout. Fatigue set in,
Yes,
fatigue
yes,
set in, exactly, set in.
yes.
But, the
Marshall
way
was
she was
actually rallying back. Mm,
absolutely, but how they were able to quickly regroup and come back to the fore is simply amazing. And credit to these two boxers, these two female boxers, even at their way in, they really made it. They made it. Look, they saw the crowd. So far as they are concerned, they did the crowd a very good lot of work, and it's very good for female boxing.
mm.
And let's see how this fight was like UK and then America. It's very interesting. And so I was so much impressed with Peter Fury. Peter Fury,
Mm,
for me, he's really given out his best to his shop. And Marshall was never disgraced, not
mm,
at all.
mm,
It
mm.
wasn't disgraced at all. But on the night, the better has to win.
Yes, indeed. On the night, the better person had to win. Let me bring you in on this before we go to the local stories. I mean, you actually watched Deontay Wilder against Robert Helenius. Well, first of all, it was a first round stoppage. Were you expecting a first round stoppage, especially with Wilder suffering a back-to-back defeat?
Deontay Wilder, you would predict as such. I was looking at the third round or the fourth round thereabout. Initially, I was very, afraid of for Wilder because of Helenius record as well, and Helenius coming through with some fantastic wins on his resume also pulled some kind of confidence with him. But this is the first time Wilder was even fighting 215 pounds. You understand?
Yeah.
215, 214 thereabout, yeah, 214. And Helenius was around 253. So my interest was, wow, is this guy really going to look sharp? Is he going to throw, more punches? Because it really matters. And on the night, you saw how sharp Wilder was because he has lost some pounds on him, over 23 pounds or so, So it actually tells you how the guy really entered the ring. Indeed, he came into the ring with so much of thinking. When I win, who next? Wada is 36 years of age now, Sammy.
Mm,
In 4 years, he'll be 40 years. And he has mentioned he has 6 more fights to go. 6 fights.
yeah.
One fight is gone. So now 4 fights left. So the question I was asking myself is,
Go ahead, and more. The question you're asking yourself. Okay. We seem to have lost that connection with Dennis Moore right there. We'll try and reestablish connection once again with Dennis Moore. Of course, we will be definitely be joined by our main guest. That's Derek Nia Side Ankara. He'll be helping us understand and have proper, as it were, perspective with the topic at hand. The topic at hand is actually very simple, where we are actually asking the aftermath, or better still, the boxing league and the fallouts. We want to know the matters arising. There are certain, conspiracy theories. There are certain things that we want to be privy to. There are certain informations which are missing. We want to understand what really is going on as far as the boxing league is actually concerned. So we'll try and link up with our man very soon. He was online pretty not too long ago. So, but I'll try and get Dennis more so that we can finish with the local news. But let me just put in through Derek. Even as we try to re-establish connection with Dennis Moore, I'm going to put in Derek and ask him one or two things about whether or not he watched yesterday's fight and his perspective on the fight itself. Derek, you're very much welcome to the show. We're grateful to have you on this platform. Well, Derek is an astute broadcaster. He's also with the GBA communications team. He's a friend, and he's one of those brains that you always need, especially in events like this. And since he's also into, administration and other stuffs, it's only prudent that we get him on that. And of course, he's been at one time even a scoring judge. Can you imagine? Yes, yeah. Yes, yeah. So we are very much grateful to have Derek on the show. Derek, because I have lost Dennis Moore, I'll probably be asking you one or two questions as regards to our topic for today. Not just the topic for today, but some of the things that we were not able to, as it were, finish with Dennis Moore. But we are still trying to re-establish contact with Dennis Moore so that we can proceed with the rest. But right about now, let me ask you this. There's some very fantastic story I will want to seek your opinion on it, and I'm trying to get it on board pretty soon so that we get a better appreciation of it before we even go into our main topic. The Ghanaian boxing scene is getting very interesting, and whether you like it or not, boxing is taking its better shape in Ghana. Yeah, I mean, the organizers are trying, and I know that if you are very honest with yourself, you probably appreciate that we are doing well. We are doing well. I mean, we are not there yet, but we are doing well. Eric, I know that you follow the Ghanaian boxing scene. There's this story I want us to do before we even progress because I lost Dennis Moore there. So I'm gonna put that story right on the screen so that we can do justice to it right about now. But the show is interactive, so get interactive on my line on +1 815 302 5489. And it's Daniel Selassie Gosh actually calls out Michael Dicardi Nelson for a showdown. We all know Michael Dicardi Nelson. He was recently crowned a national bantamweight champion. He's actually a product of the Akotoku Boxing Gym, and he's challenging. He's been challenged by Daniel Selassie. Gosh, well, when I see matchups like this, it becomes very interesting. You are a boxing person. What's your take on this particular bout?
Well, Sam, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you and I can see you. So go ahead.
Thank you so much for having me. And I'm just coming from the stadium. I'm a phobia person. We didn't win. We didn't qualify.
Oh, really?
For the Confederation Cup, so I'm a bit down. But my new love is boxing. So I hope by the close of the day, my energy will come because boxing is my newfound love, and I'm doing it with the best of my knowledge, my experience, and everything in order to get to where boxing is to get to. So yes, let me say good evening to our cherished listeners and viewers wherever they are. It's great having me. I'm always elated coming on your show. Sorry, I missed some important invitations, especially the one on the Constitution. But I hope that maybe the few weeks coming, we may revisit, and then I share my views on that. But to respond to your question, I mean, this is the effect and the rippling effect of the Lozi professional boxing league. Both boxers, Selassie and Nelson, they've been on the show. The Cardi Nelson won his national bantamweight title on the fight night, I think fight night 14 on the Lozi Professional Boxing League. And no wonder Gosh was staring from afar and believed that he is the best man to wear the title. And for that matter, he's thrown a challenge to the Cardi Nation. I believe that this will be a great show. And these are the things that other promoters can pick and then go with. And I tell you that the kind of response we'll get in Accra, Ghana, and the world, you will not have an idea. I mean, it will be a big fight. It will be a great fight. And this is what we expect the other promoters to also do. Somebody has cooked for you a nice bout. And I think that if any promoter picks this bout, something wonderful. I mean, the likes of John Zeal is around. My new fan Noctete too is around. They're all around the same weight. Yesterday I saw one colleague fight with. So when we delve into the
so
fight
Derek.
night,
Okay, so let me just put in the small through real quick, so that we can finish the earlier analysis. Then small, there is a very interesting matchup which is actually cooking in the local scene. Daniel Selassie, Gosh, into the Selassie. He's actually calling out Michael D. Nelson, who is now the current bantamweight champion, the national current bantamweight champion. I don't know what you think about that matchup, but let's do real quick on the bit on Deontay Wilder and Robert Helenius, which we couldn't finish. Well, we know for a fact that the WBC is actually going to order Deontay Wilder versus our own Andy Ruiz. First of all, what do you make of that particular? Are you expecting it, and do you think that this will go through? Because that's what everybody is anticipating for a final eliminator.
Well, I think that yes, it's a very, very possible fight. But I think Wilder has made it clear that he mentioned last week or thereabout that a fight with Anthony Joshua, it's money. Boxing is about money. And I think that is why at times I like guys like AJ and who are very only beating. I mean, you actually destroying his financial fortunes. So it's about money. So Wilder has mentioned that yes, fighting Anthony Joshua. It's a mega money making something. So, and I agree with him. But after seeing Helenius off, he actually called off Usyk.
Okay.
And then Ruiz, and yes, and I think all these two chaps, yes, what I can really deal with them, he can deal with them. As I told you, he has 5 more fights to go. 5 more fights to go. Yeah, so and I'm sure he really would want to actually also maintain a very clean, let me say, very beautiful record. So far as the heavyweight division is really concerned. So I think taking on Andy Ruiz is not bad. And because Ruiz also, really, you saw how he really did it against Gustavo Parker. So Ruiz also actually climb up in contention to face Wilder. So I think it's a very good pairing, and let's see how things really pans out from that area.
So finally, let's end with a local bit where we know that something good is actually cooking in the pot. The pot in terms of boxing pot, indeed, it's Michael D. Nelson, who is the current national champion, who is being challenged by Daniel Selassie. Gosh, I was hoping to send their images, but now we have so many shenanigans just trying to, for whatever reason. It's very interesting, but of course, the least said the better. They are ignored in a way. But how do you see that matchup, and how good is it for Ghana boxing? Real quick.
Well, I think that I'm very, very happy. It's very good for the sport here in Ghana, and this is what we really want to see here in Ghana. If we, after this chap who went to the Olympic Games, what's the name?
Samuel Teshi.
Samuel Techi. After Techi went to for the Olympics and he came back, Techi now began that kind of mantra, and now he will call you out, come out. And it's very good for the sport.
Okay.
It's very good. Because look, it wouldn't make the sport quite dormant. If you have to fight, you have to give your best.
Yeah, that's true.
You understand? I do recall how I saw the stance of Jerry Kwe when he fought against Joseph Otto from Nigeria in that fight.
Yeah.
I had a chance of meeting him one-on-one, and I really liked his demeanor. Of course, at the way in, the way he was behaving, the way he was counting the Nigerian, for the media. So I mean, it's all about merchandise.
Okay.
We need to now begin to sell the sport more. And I like this kind of thing because look, if you're a champion, okay, and then you think because I'm a champion, I'm sleeping over, whatever. No. Somebody should have the bravery to call you out. And when that call comes through, you have no option. You have no option than to go into it. You understand? Look, I mean, if I'm to give a concurrent example of what I'm saying, look, Fury gave a call. Fury gave a call to Joshua and they gave him 1 week. All right? He gave Anthony Joshua 1 week. Joshua didn't respond. What did he do? He just call him bluff.
Yeah.
Just call him the bluff. Yeah. And this sport is killing the sport. It is really killing the sport. You understand? Gone were those days, if you're a champion, look, you have to make sure that you defend your title at all costs. You can't sit down with the championship belt. No. You can't sit down, just and then relax. Look, Sammy, I can list about 20 boxers who have fought. In this year, they have never fought, or they have fought only once. And this year, yes, they fought only once. Terence Crawford is one. Crawford is one. They fought only once this year. But averagely, you're supposed to fight 3 times in a year. So I mean, kudos to this young chap calling out the champion. It's a very good high for the sport, and I'm encouraging the media in Ghana to quickly pick this thing up and then just inflame it to make the passion more pugilistic.
Indeed, just like we did with the likes of Bukom Banku and Ayite Powers then back then at Choice FM. Indeed. Well, thank you very much. Thank you so very much, Dennis Moore, for joining me on the show. It's always a pleasure talking to you and getting some of your fantastic submissions and good intellect. We're very much grateful to have you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Of course. Then I come back to my main guest, which is Derek Niasai. Well, Derek, not to catch you from anything, but let me tell my viewers that you can join the conversation. The lines to reach us, it's actually a line to reach us. It's +1 815 302 5489. It doubles as a WhatsApp line. Let's know what you think. Wherever you're watching us, you can also leave a message and I would love to read it here. Any questions that you have. Like I said, tonight's topic is pretty simple. And I'm going to put it right there on your screens pretty soon. Yes, it's simple. Ghana Boxing League and the matters arising. That's what we'll be discussing today with Derek on your side. Now, Derek, I'm just going to go straight to our main topic. And I got some questions for you. Well, first of all, I've been told that, or we're hearing from Cortes that the boxing league is about to be halted. We do not know, for whatever reason, we don't even know the authenticity or otherwise of that story. But can you enlighten us on that? Is the boxing league about to be halted? If so, what is the problem? If not, yeah.
So thank you once again for the question. Let me bluntly say that it's totally untrue. It's a fabrication. It's false, and those behind it, I don't know why they want to do that. I don't know why somebody or some entity is investing in boxing and others are behind and think that investment should not come in. And for that matter, they go in heaven and earth to ensure that they stop this wonderful league. So now, let me bluntly say that it's a lie. There's nothing like that. It has never come up, and I'm not sure it will come out any. I'm not sure this will even come up anytime soon. Why am I saying that? Just last 2 weeks, yes, IMAS Promotions signed 3 boxers, 3 Ghanaian boxers into their stable. It shows how serious this promotional entity is. And for that matter, I will be surprised if after signing boxers, they won't give them the platform to rather fight, for them to build records for them, for these boxers, in order for them to, face the world and conquer the world. Why would a promoter who is interested in signing a boxer would rather, after signing a boxer, would rather decide that I won't do promotions again? Then, let me also inform our viewers and listeners that just yesterday night, if you look at my face, I've not had my normal sleep. I slept around 4 a.m. this morning because just yesterday we have 6 crack bouts on the Delozi Professional Boxing League. Quality night. I mean, with great personalities coming to the arena to come and watch these boxers, with great musician, with a great musician like Screwface, lightening the pack on the night. So I don't know where this is coming from. I don't know who creating this particular news. Is a fabrication, it's untrue, and I'm not sure that IMAX Media is ready. Let me tell you, we are in fight night 15, and next 2 weeks we are doing fight night 16. We are getting close to the first year of that wonderful partnership between IMAX Promotion and the Ghana Boxing Authority, headed by the indefatigable. I always say indefatigable because the man is indefatigable. Abraham Kotenikwe, who is doing wonders, is taking boxing to another level. Today, you go to gyms, boxers who have not had the chance of fighting in a ring, not to mention under a massive crowd before, today have the platform to do that. Boxers who when they see crowd, they will not be able to fight. But if you listen to what the coaches tells you, you will know that the platform, the IMAX promotion platform, is good, is big, it's selling Ghana boxing, and I don't think that perhaps if all the sponsors decide not to sponsor again, that is when the promotion will come off. But for now, the sponsors are ready. Other sponsors may want to come on board, because I can tell you, these days, every 2 weeks, you have people from different embassies coming to watch. Yesterday, we have people from the Spanish embassy. We have people from
Okay. Do we still have Derek on the line?
We have people from Japan. We have people from other countries coming to watch. And the last boxing league, we have boxers from other parts of the country fighting. We have had Togolese boxers, Benin boxers, boxers from Cote d'Ivoire, boxers from Nigeria fighting. Even yesterday, we have Adeleye, a Nigerian young boxer who have had just one fight yesterday. He won, and he moved the record to 2. It's all because of the platform, that IMAX promotion platform. And I can tell you that Mr. Maswatechi and his people are serious. The Apofuankra and Co are damn serious. They want to lift the sports, and absolutely nothing will stop them from taking the sports to where they want the sports to be.
Well, indeed. Well, now let me ask you this. Because we were talking about IMAX, is it the case that we are told this week that they've signed 3 new boxers? For many, they do not really understand the IMAX relationship. Let's understand. Is it IMAX television, IMAX management, IMAX promotions? Can you educate us a little bit on that? There seems to be a little bit of confusion. I mean, I had somebody saying that IMAX is now signing boxers. Educate us on that. I mean, let's understand what is the real reason behind this.
Thank you so much for this question. I believe that is a question that people set and answer themselves. But we've had, despite media coming to boxing before, we have Metro doing boxing before, They all did it and we're all happy. So now, Mr. Maswa Tichi, the owner of IMAS Media or IMAS Group, decided that he wants to do boxing. And for that matter, he walked to the GBA office, took a promotional license, and took a manager's license, like any other Ghanaian who qualifies to hold this license. This man decided that he wanted to after doing football for some time, let me do boxing. So he has the license to promote and the license to manage boxers. The TV, a lot of people say Mass TV. The TV is just a subsidiary of the many companies that is owned by this noble and respectable man. He has Techno, he has the Buzz Buy, he has Infinix, he has other companies that support this particular. So to answer your question, Mr. Samuel Tichi is a manager and he has every right, like any manager in Ghana, to sign boxers. Mr. Tichi has a promotional license with a promotional name, High Mass Promotion. Like any other promotion I know in Ghana, he has the right to promote fights. So that is basically the answer.
Well, indeed, that is basically it. So there is a different division that's IMAX management. They are into the management of boxing, and under that auspices that those three boxers were signed. If so, that I think that explanation, the explanation is pretty clear. I got some few questions as well. How would you rate this boxing league?
Sammy,
Yeah.
Sammy, please let me say this. I think the confusion here is about the TV right and coverage attached to the IMAS Group. I believe that is any other businessman walking on the street of Ghana has entered into boxing and decided that I want to do boxing. And I mean, I go to the office every day. I see people walk in and out, coming to take licenses to manage boxers. Seeing people come to say, I want to start promotions, and they come every day to take their promotional licenses. The difference with the IMAS promotion is that they are lucky to have a TV station, and for that matter, they are using that as an advantage. That is all. I don't think that there's any problem with this IMAS deal. I don't think that there's any problem. And as smart as they are, they have partnered the GBA and ensuring that they are using the skill, the knowledge, and everything that is at the disposal of the GBA. And I can tell you that they are paying, or they are remunerating anybody who works for them, like any other promoter would do when you use and any other person at the GBA offices.
For some, since the coming of IMAX promotions, other promotional syndicates seem to have gone on the silence. Would you say that with IMAX promotion taking center stage, it is killing other promotions from staging a promotional bout?
Well, thank you again for this question. It's not a new question. I've heard the question over time. So then I asked other people, has IMAX promotions taking even one of your sponsors? And the answer is no. So I know that other promotions have their sponsors. You understand? I've seen promoters using TV3. I've seen promoters using Metro for their media and sponsorship. And they do. And I have seen others using GTV. And I can tell you on this particular program that I know one promoter who is preparing to come out with another form of a league on GTV, and he's doing all he can to. I will look at what people will say when this particular promoter starts his promotion, because people are the background working, and others have decided to complain. And I dare ask, what exactly has IMAS Media done? I did
Go ahead.
marketing as a fair degree. I studied marketing. You know my background. You know my work as a person before I entered into serious media and then to the GP. I believe that rather IMAX Media has elevated boxing to the extent that if you have a good proposal, you go to any good company. I can tell you that companies will support you because if you put boxing on your platform now, how about that? Football, Accra Suffolk has just been eliminated in the first round of the CAF Confederation Cup. People are not too much enthused about football today because football is not taking us anywhere. Adobe is about fighting for a world title fight, and it's news. It's big news. It tells you every 2 weeks we see boxing. Our football is in the court. They are fighting in the court, but boxing goes on every 2 weeks. People troop to the arena. The arena is almost always full to capacity every weekend. So I don't know if people say we are killing boxing. I think they have to come again. And when you ask questions, then somebody told me that when did you come into boxing? And I laugh. I don't know whether you need to do PhD before you do boxing. But seriously speaking, I'm not seeing what those people are saying. I'm not seeing anything. The issue is that I see a good market. I see a fresh market for other promoters to jump on. Interestingly, I can tell you that some promoters are bringing their boxers to come and fight on the Delonzi professional boxing league. And I ask, what is the problem again? What is the problem? Sam, I want practical questions to answer. This wholesale and the professional league is calling our boxing.
Okay, so let me give you some of the questions cropping up, some of what people are saying. So some people say is that there's been so much support given to IMAX at the detriment of other promotional outfits, and some people feel that IMAX is monopolizing the market and hence killing the other promotional outfit. What do you say to that?
This is also vague, because when you tell me that somebody is monopolizing the market with what? Because the person is not even competing with your sponsors. That is one. They are coming with their own sponsors. I don't think that IMAX Media has ever entered into any other promoters, and I can say it in confidence because I know the type of sponsors they are using, and I know what other sponsors have used. You understand? That is one. Number two, if someone says that you are using the GBA, I'm not sure that the GBA has ever said that when you have a package and you come, they won't help you. Recently, my boss said that she either to a sponsor comes and comes with money, it is shared to some promoters. So the promoters use to promote their boxers. And I can tell you, I know other gyms who are also complaining because when those promoters get those monies, they don't allow their boxers to come and fight. Those are also allegations from other promoters. But this particularly gives opportunity to every Ghanaian boxer from every walk of life, from every part of the country who trains in a gym to fight. So I don't really know where the issue is. I work from the GBA. I'm open to anybody who thinks that he has something for me to promote. And let me tell you something. I help a lot of boxers. I promote a lot of boxers that I do not get paid. But I believe that if those boxers are good boxers, and when they go up, the GBA will take the glory. For that matter, I want to support and I do promote them. I'm not paid for that. I know that Mr. J. Anna does a lot of work. Recently, we had a fight last week Sunday. By this time, I was at. So I mean, you'll be surprised. Last week Sunday, there was a promotion at by Swivi and then bronze boxing promotion at one of our hotels in Ghana. It happened. We went there. Somebody defended. Sheriff Kwe defended his an African title on that and won against the Nigeria opponent. I was there. You know that currently, if Jay Anna is not there, I sit in as the master scorecard keeper. I was there. I did that. All those who were there, who went to work there, came from the GBA office. The president was there. The secretary general was there. The technical director was there. The referees were there. Everybody who matters. The secretary was there. I was there.
Now let me ask you this. Still on what people have been saying. Now, some equally also say that IMAX Media came in as a television outfit. Hence, there is a conflict of interest because then they are not supposed to be venturing into, i.e., management signing boxes, i.e., launching their own promotional syndicates. I do not know how to decouple that, but what's your submission on that?
Are you again asking me that IMAX came in as a TV outfit? Now
yes, that's what the people are saying. That IMAX came in under the pretense of being a television, as it were, organizing what do you call it? That's a television station basically. Then IMAX sort of turned itself into a promotional outfit. Hence, use their muscles to bamboozle other promotional outfit from the market. Then IMAX Promotion has now decided to metamorphosize into managerial role, and hence they are doing it. If you ask me my honest opinion, some people will say that sometimes I come in with opinions, but it's very important. I have my own, and I'm sure that when I launch my campaign, people will probably go like, Sammy is answering all the questions. But let me ask you from Official, explain that bit to us. Explain that bit to the people that do not understand how this whole thing happened. Because if you ask me, no, I don't want to have an opinion. Explain that bit to us.
Okay, so somebody says that Mr. Techi, a Ghanaian citizen like him, should not get a license to see. The only way somebody can say this thing and go scot-free is when Mr. Techi has not gotten a license, has not taken a license from the GBA. If the Techi does not have a promotional license and is doing that, again, if the Mr. Techi does not have a manager's license and is doing that. In fact, I was there before this particular program started, the Boxing League. Way before that, this man knowing that this is what he wants to do, he has taken his licenses already. So that is one. Number two, is somebody saying that if anybody in Ghana has a TV station, the person cannot and should not get into boxing. Is that what people want us to believe? Let me say that. Let me even accept. Let me just say that before I go. You see, the rumors are getting too much, and it's all over the place. And unfortunately, all these people churning out these rumors are stakeholders of the GBA, and they can just write or walk into the offices of the GBA and get these answered with evidence. In fact, it's just unfortunate that I don't have the license number of this on me. It's one thing that I've always had on me. I would have given you the license number for them to even go and check. So if he has a license and he has decided that yes, I want to use my TV outfit to support my promotional activities, I think what law bars that person? You see, those who are complaining, they are being selfish and they are being very hypocritical.
Why do you think some of these stakeholders are complaining? Why do you think it is so? Why the backlash? Why so much negativity? Why much?
My boss will always tell you that there are some few people in our boxing. If the GBA is not functioning, they function, they win. So they will always be happy if there are no fights, because see, it's so funny. This is a country that people promote fights once every 3 months or once every 4 months. In a year, you have only 4 promotions. I just want to say this for everyone listening to us. to just pick this home. The country where you have 4 promotions in a year, boxers will not fight 2 years. Somebody comes, and every boxer, if you don't even have a manager, you can fight. This is a country where people must pay in order to go on somebody's promotion to fight. And somebody comes and provided a free platform for every boxer to fight. I believe that clearly the one who takes money for boxers to get onto his bill to fight will have a problem, because he will benefit solely. That is the selfish part. Hypocritically, all these people, when they are fight, they run to television stations to get televisions as a partner to come and cover. They are saying that Mr. Techi alone, Maswa Techi alone of IMAS Media, if he gets a license, if he's promoting, he should let his TV station go back. What analogy is this? What kind of complaint is that? Who will do that? Let me tell you, come to Ghana. Zoom Lion, the owner of Zoom Lion owns TV3. Go and see what he's using Zoom Lion to do. Go and see what he's using Metro TV to do. Use Metro TV to promote his company. Despite as UTV, as Peace FM and the likes. Go and see what he's using that particular promotional outfit to do. You go to other people in this country who owns. We have ministers and staff owning TV stations, and they use it to promote themselves and their products. Why must Mr. Maswa Techi of IMAS Media, he alone, pick a promotional license, pick a manager's license, but not use his television station to promote that? Who will do that? Who will do that? I mean, it's just unfair. It's just not fair to the IMAS Media group, and then to Mr. Techi as a person who is a Ghanaian and qualifies to hold a license and to also operate for his benefit, like any other person. Any other person who is complaining because he wants to benefit.
Now, some people say
other people to also benefit.
Some people are equally also complaining about the fact that they are not making anything from the proceeds. For me, I thought that was such a chauvinist and myopic question. You know, like why are they opening the gate for others to just, free of charge? They don't charge anything, but it's not a question I'm going to ask you, because I think
I want to answer.
Pretty there.
Sam, I want to answer. You know what? Yesterday after the fight, myself and some of the board members were discussing that it's high time we charge some fee. We need more money, because seriously, the dollar is reducing in value in Ghana. So we will need more money to support boxing in Ghana. So we at GBA we want the gates get the gate fees to be charged. We want that. But let me tell you something. Somebody has a product. Somebody is promoting a fight. He has invested into that. It's sponsors say, I have bought the ticket. Go and share, so that people will come and watch, so that they see my product. This is how I want to showcase my product. And you said the sponsor should not do that. Let me tell you something. Again, let me use football as an example. I'm just coming from the stadium. I know the supporters committee chairman of Accra Asofo bought 400 tickets to share for supporters to come and watch the match. And you are saying that he shouldn't have done that. He shouldn't spend his money to buy 400 tickets. Is that what people want me to believe? Is that what people are saying we shouldn't do? I shouldn't pay for somebody to come. It's your worry. Then again, I think that some of our brethren, maybe we've done the boxing in a particular way. It's high time we change. There's competition coming. Let's get people to come and help us. Let's get marketers. Let's get people who have the know-how, the PR know-how to help us. Let's get people who will help us drafting proposals and stuff. See, if you give me the chance to go to the market now, I will use IMAS Media the number of people who come to watch a fight on the IMAS promotion show to look for sponsor for my promotion. Because clearly, if then over 6, 7, 10,000 people will gather at one place to watch boxing, you have 10,000 to go and bargain. Why wouldn't you? And that is what IMAS promotion is doing. They get the people at the arena. They use that to go and look for sponsors. And I'm saying, you have not done that. The sponsor does not know IMAS promotion. The sponsor knows that the boxing is happening in Ghana, and you are a promoter. If you go there and you have a good package, the promoters will run to you. The promoters will run to you. I want to tell my brethren, I want to tell the other promoters, they should use the advantage. They must not be focusing on, they should do a proper SWOT analysis of what the IMAS promotion is doing. And I can tell you, they will be able to look at it, they will be able to get the strengths and the opportunity that are available. And they will know that yes, there will be weaknesses. There will be weaknesses. Yes, they can overcome those weaknesses and also take opportunity, take advantage of the opportunities that will be available or that are available on the IMAS promotion. I tell you, they will benefit. They should make a move. The complaints, I can tell you, are getting too much. They should make a move. I want to see a promoter come to me. And I tell you, I have a marketing background. And again, you know where I've worked.
Yeah.
I can help people.
The banking sector in so many areas.
If you come to me and you need my advice, I will gladly offer it to you without taking anything. I want boxing to progress. I want boxing to get to a level that people all around the world will run to come and watch us. That is what I want to see boxing to be like.
Okay, well, I guess that's well said. But let's now that we've listed some of the complaints, of course, I'm getting some messages here and there, but most of the questions they are posing, you've already answered them. But let me try and get this sense. So with all these complaints, with all these images, with people saying things out of context, out of fact, and all that, what can we do to bring all these stakeholders on board? Or you think that they are just standing outside and just spitting in for just spitting in purposes, just trying to create confusion where there is none? What do you think that the stakeholders can do, or even the GB or your outfit can do, to sort of bridge this gap or bring all those people on board? I know that we cannot all have the same mindset, as it were. We can all be on the same agenda because there will always be dissenting views. That's what makes it beautiful, the beauty nature of dissenting views. But those people that are bringing in, as it were, some pretty uninformed, others too more or less like they just want to complain for complaining sake. What can the GBA, what can the outfit, what can the promotional, as it were, even the IMAS group, what can they do to reach out to these other promoters so that at the end of the day, Boxing Ghana can move ahead?
Well, my brother, I think that what the GBA can do, we started. I mean, we had the first ever stakeholders meeting, which for me, I know that stakeholders in boxing will always meet when it's time for them to go to election. But for the first time, there was a very nice stakeholders meeting held about 2 weeks ago. And I think that that is one of the platforms we can use to address this. At that meeting, the president explained almost every question put to him. But you see, there again, I see a problem. We have a number of people who think that they have done it. Change is difficult. They've done something over time, and they decided that they won't change. There are people who claim that if IMAS promotion have entered, for them, they know only IMAS media. They don't care. They don't want to hear anything about IMAS promotion. What they care is that it's IMAS media. They brought money. So if IMAS media has given you money, give us some to go and promote. And this
is that the main thing? They want some of the money to do their promotions. Is that the case?
Yes. Oh, it's been said over, and I've had countless approaches from stakeholders. And even at that stakeholders meeting, the president said that, see, in the past, and he mentioned names, he mentioned promotional outfits where some firms will give support the GBA. All that is done is that, and I will mention the amount. 20,000 is doled out to a promoter to go and promote. And I can tell you that those promoters promoted their boxers. And if you want to come on that promotion, you are charged to come on that promotion for your boxer to fight. Yeah, so the change is that now IMAS Media is doing its own thing.
Okay. I think we've lost the connection with Derek there, but Derek was trying to answer the question to the effect that some of these promotional outfits are actually calling the GBA to give them some of the sponsorship money from IMAS Group. So perhaps that is one of the reasons why all this whole confusion is actually unfolding. Confusion, as in some quarters, it's interesting when you're trying to put up a package together and rally people along so that you get to a certain pedestal, and in as much as you try to push it along, I mean, always there will be dissenting views, there will be people that will be counteracting stuff. Those are normal. That's the beauty nature. I mean, the beauty of it. I mean, it helps an organization, but where in a situation where there is just a propaganda spin and there is no much factual basis attached to it, then it becomes very difficult. Like I said, on this platform where we sit, we have an objective, and of course we have an agenda. The agenda is to promote Ghana boxing. I've heard a countless number of people. I was hoping that they will send their questions, but most of them did not. Some of them that sent it, it's already been answered here. I don't know whether they liked the answer. I hope they did, because they didn't send as it were a counter question, as it were. But whichever way, like I said, this is what we need to promote. I mean, we only have one boxing, and I think that we need to do justice to it. On my editorial, there is something I want to talk about. So sometimes you hear people saying that, okay, why is this bout being organized free of charge, and all that? In marketing, there is something we call push and pull strategies. Okay, when you have a product which is just segmented in a particular area, i.e. boxing, let's say boxing, which is just within Accra. Even Accra, there's just a particular area of Accra, and you want to promote boxing. If you really want to get that market out there, and if you really want sponsors to come on board with good eyeballs, you have to use what we call the push strategy. The push strategy is simple. And I think that I do this show weekly, but I'm going to do bi-weekly as well. I mean, I'm going to try and do the show more than, I'm going to run this show maybe probably twice a week. There's some education that we need to give, because some people are pretty very much uninformed. Now, you use the push strategy, i.e. open gate free. Sometimes we get people to go into the stadium or the arena. Why? Because you want to create that eyeball. Why do you create eyeballs? So that it will attract somebody who is at home, that next time I need to go there and watch this bout as well. Look at how people patronize. So that it will attract a potential businessman to say, oh yes, this thing is good, I think I should get involved. So that it will attract a potential sponsor to say, yes, they have the numbers, I think I should be part of it. Because at the end of the day, you're talking about the mileage. That is why they use the push strategy. When do you change a push strategy? You change a push strategy to a pull strategy when you've gotten people to like the product. Now, the product is on the awareness stage where you're just trying to get people to like it. So you have to use the push strategy. That's how come you have to give certain, even buy ticket for people to just come and watch. And for television, it's always nice to see a lot of people patronizing the product. And it's even good for even sponsors. And by this, other people will also be attracted. What is so special about this thing that everybody is watching? Then when they get attracted to it, people will begin now knowing what the product is about, i.e. even knowing some of the boxes. Now we even know Michael DiCardi Nelson. I'm sure times past, or probably some couple of months ago, you didn't even know about some of these boxes. Now we know John Zille, John Zille, whichever way you choose to mention the name. You understand? All because of some of this. Now Selassie Gosh just challenged Michael DiCardi Nelson. Why? And it's getting, the debate is getting on and on and on and on. So this is why you do need to use a push strategy. Then when people have gotten that awareness, they know those boxes now, they know them by name. Now they really want to, now they are supporting those boxes. And when the boxes are fighting, they just can't resist, Then you use the push strategy. I don't know if you remember, but in the previous past when we were in Ghana, the football made in Germany, it was made free. We were watching, football matches free of charge. We're even watching the English league, the Italian league, free of charge on our screens. Do you know the trick? The trick was just to get us to like some of these teams, so that we get affiliated with some of these teams, like the likes of Chelsea, the likes of Manchester United, the likes of Bayern Munich, and all that. Now, when we got to like some of these teams, and we got to know some of the players, like the Michael Ballack's, the Oliver Kahns, and whatever, now we are attached to the product. Then they started saying that you do have to pay before you watch this thing. Then Gene Sports, I don't know if you remember Gene Sports, it was later on a defunct country, came in, bought the rights, and they were rallying. Some of us had to go and pay and watch some of these players play. Because what? Now we've fallen in love with the product. They use that push strategy to just give us the product. I see that as if they are giving it to us for free. Now that we've gotten in love with the product, they are using the push strategy. Now we do have to pay and go and watch. That is the trick. Now you have people, going for Chelsea, but prior to that, you remember, we'll do like our Kumasi, Asante Kotoko, and Accra Hearts of Oak. I remember when I was at Accra High School, I had to run away and skip school and just go and watch go and watch a match. Luckily, that day I was caught. I couldn't go. But my friend, that Olise went. That was the main knife. That is just to give you an impression. That is just to let you understand how marketing is run. Somebody was making an assertion that why is it that we don't even have certain apps to promote our sports? My brother, you probably do not know. We do have apps. Look, even HSTV had an app to do live pay-per-view matches. HSTV had a platform to do live pay-per-view matches and fights. But if you don't have the numbers, you can do live pay-per-view and nobody will patronize. Nobody will buy it. That is why you have to use the push strategy for people to fall in love with the product. So that when you are doing the pay-per-views, yes, people will subscribe to it. People will go and buy those tickets. And we are building a business. That is the understanding. Please don't get it twisted. Now, there was a question that was raised as well. That, okay, why is it that a promotional syndicate has turned himself metamorphosized to this and that? No businessman will go into a business and lay all his card on the table. Why? Because every businessman is aware of what he's coming to do in the business environment. That is why you have a business plan. So at any particular point in time, you're executing a particular business plan. That is how come you see people come into a business, then the next day they've changed to that, the next day they've changed to this. Despite came into the business as a radio, right? He was doing his radio when he got the masses involved, when he started sharing things and people got so much, in tools, likeness for the station. Yes, everybody got hooked to the likes of Peace FM and the world. Then they open OK, then they open other ones. Then they started bringing in their own products, which they are doing, and marketing it on their platform. So that is it with the push and pull strategy. I think that I will be educating people, especially with regards to branding and marketing. We need to understand that so that we will make informed judgment, informed decisions, so that we will not just speak in vacuum. Tonight, I really do have a lot to say, but I'll just leave it here for all intent and purposes. I think we've gone past our time. But just to let you understand, I remember somebody was also making assertion to the fact that, yes, in America, they run things different, and trust me. And somebody was even talking about why Devin Haney will go all the way to Australia when you are the champion, you're in America, where boxing is at. Okay, it's a simple thing. You need to understand the geopolitics and the business of boxing. That is why when somebody like Isaac Dogbe is being sponsored by Niche Coco, he has so much eyeballs. Why? Niche Coco just constructed a factory in the USA. You see, the company is being smart. They just created that awareness via Dogbe. They leverage on the brand Dogbe. Dogbe equal also leverage on their brand. We'll talk about leveraging on a different date so that you understand what leveraging is about and even what ambush marketing is also about. You understand? Now, these two brands have leverage on each other. And now everybody is benefiting. That's the essence of branding, brand essence. Now, I want to just talk about, just maybe like 3 minutes, talk about that situation where people were, somebody was saying that, oh, why would David Haney go all the way to Australia? Look, let's just say, assuming without admitting, let's just say the Australian population is just 20 million. Now, 20 million. A national hero, more or less, in the person of George Kambosos is fighting in Australia. Big platform, big stadia. Already is full to capacity. It's being aired live on national TV. Do you know the number of eyeballs that will be watching? So if I was a television company like DAZN, like ESPN, and in this case, Top Rank, they are being smart. Why? Because the US market is already captured. So if you have, let's say, 100,000 people watching from the US, you already have that market. You already have people that will already pay to watch, so that your pay-per-view status on that side is already secured. The people that will otherwise have gone into the stadium or the venue to have watched the bout will sit in their homes and watch via pay-per-view. That means you're making money from that. Now you are chartering into a new territory, i.e. the Australian market, where now Australians will come into the stadium and watch the bouts. So you see, you are benefiting from a two-way. Now, the bout is being aired on national television, and so many people are watching. Now, you are bringing in other potential customers as in new people who want to watch it. You understand? New people want to watch Kambosos. Now, it's on national television, whether you like it or not. Everybody wants to watch it. Everybody wants to support his countryman. In so doing, you are bringing other potential customers into the market. That is how come Saudi Arabia, trying to, as it were, expose and probably create a business for itself, will say that Anthony Joshua, come into Saudi Arabia, we'll pay you, come and fight here. You think they do it because they just want to do it? No. That's what we call brand awareness. You're creating those awareness. You're creating it. You are changing a certain psyche. As we say, consistent positioning creates an image. If I come here every day and I say, no, this guy is stupid. This guy is stupid. In time, anytime I mention that guy, you say, oh, that stupid guy. What have I done? Consistently, I have positioned that person as a stupid person. And it has created an image in your eyes, in your ears, in your mind's mind. And now you are equally also calling that guy a stupid person. Some of us, growing up, we didn't know America, and we only saw America from the movies. So we knew America as, so if you talk about America, oh, probably that's the heaven. That is branding. That is brand awareness. You need to understand this. If you don't understand this, you won't appreciate why people do certain things they do, and you will always make uninformed comments. I do not want to proceed any further. Like I said, I will not be running this show just weekly. I'll have a segment where we'll educate people about branding. You know that I'm a top notch when it comes to branding and marketing. Kudos to Professor Oko. He's a fantastic chap. He tutored me through and through. And of course, I'm a student of brands. And anybody that knows me knows that this is my domain. So please, the comments we make about ourselves, the things we say about ourselves, baseless, all because we want to criticize. Please don't criticize for criticism's sake. Make informed submissions. Contribute your quota so that together we can build the business of Ghana boxing. Wouldn't you love to be in your own country and see boxing flourish? Wouldn't you want to contribute to your own quota? Wouldn't you want to see people like the John Ziles, the Daniel Selassie Gosh fighting in Ghana and making millions? Wouldn't you want that? Please, let's all support the sport. My name has been Samuel Foseni. Once again, many thanks for joining me on Boxing Court. Like I said, we'll be running this thing not just weekly. We'll try and educate people so that they understand. I think that the business of trying to build Ghana boxing must take a different center stage altogether. That's why sometimes I come in so hard. If I happen to have stepped on certain feet, sorry. But like they say, opinions are like armpits. Some stinky, others freshy. It's a matter of personal hygiene. I mean, let's agree to disagree. We will not agree on anything, but at least let's have one agenda, the movement of Ghana boxing forward. It's been a great show. Many thanks to Derek Niasai, who came in with some incisive submissions, and of course, educated us on many things on some of these very important topical issues. Once again, many thanks as well to did I say Daniel? I nearly said Daniel. Not me, Daniel David Corte, probably. Wherever you are, I hope you're doing well, my brother. I know that you have issues, and that's how come you couldn't grace the show. But of course, we hope to have you next week. No two ways about it. Many thanks as well to the man himself, Dennis Oblogomo, who also helped us with some very intellectual, incisive, submissions on Deontay Wilder, George Kambosos, and the rest. I'm very grateful to all these people for their contributions to the show. My name again has been Samuel Fuseni. Join me same time next week. This has been Boxing Court. Remember, a positive anything is better than a negative something. Think about this. Bye for now. I'm gone.